welcome to another pageant debate of our all virtual South Asia 2020. I am Sandy Banerjee, your host for this show. I'm sure you're as excited as I am to hear from all of our wonderful contestants. But at first, I want to thank My Dream TV USA and its founders, Rashmi and Pratik, for this wonderful opportunity and this wonderful event. So, without further ado, let me introduce you to all our contestants. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so let's start with a round of introduction. Tanu, do you want to get started?
Yes, sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Tanu. I'm from Massachusetts, Greater Boston area, and I'm one of the contestants participating in the debate today for Miss South Asia World 2020. And I'm very excited, and I would like to thank you, Rashmi ji, Janak ji, and Sandy for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts and views today about the debate topic. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanu. Anamika, how about you?
Yes. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Hello, guys. Anamika here. I'm from New Jersey. I'm the contestant of Miss Bharat 2020 South Asia, and I'm so excited to be with you guys, and can't wait to start this. Thank you. Pass it on.
Awesome. Lavanya, how about you?
Hi all, I'm Lavanya Gururu. I'm from Atlanta. First of all, I want to thank Rashmi Vedi, Janak ji, and Sandy for giving me this opportunity to be a part of this show. I'm really excited to be a part of Miss South Asia 2020 and looking forward for a great, debate with all my friends here. Thank you.
Awesome. Welcome to the show. Anupama.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you, My Dream Entertainment and Sandy Banerjee for giving this wonderful opportunity. I'm Anupama Damarkunda. I did my Bachelor's of Technology from India, and I'm a Manibadi coordinator, organizer, and choreographer. And today I'm here to talk about the topic whether children should not be allowed to play video games. I do think it has a profound effect, and I think it's worth talking about it. So let's start the topic. Yeah.
Absolutely. Priya, tell us about yourself, please.
Hi, my name is Priya.
My name is Dr. Asif Islam.
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm a small business owner, and Asif is a research scientist. We have two daughters, Tanha and Mehek, and we're just very excited to be here and talk about the effect of video games on children, because we have children, so we feel many of us can relate to that. And we are also competing in Mr. and Mrs. South Asia World.
Awesome.
We wanted to thank Mr. Janak Bedi and also Rashmi ji to give us the opportunity for this pageant. And thank you.
Sandy, thank you as well.
Sandy, thank you also.
Sure. Well, welcome to the show, you all. And I can't wait to hear your inputs about what. Why should children be allowed to play violent video games? With everything changing, like video games, it's everywhere, right? And as parents, we have additional responsibility, right? To make sure that we make sure our children do the right thing. So I want to open up this forum to discuss, will children or should children be able to or would be allowed to play violent video games? Okay, so let's get started. Anamika, why don't you tell us about your inputs on the same?
Yes, I agree that this has a biggest impact on kids' mind. That more they play, the brain is not in the right direction, and it's really dangerous when they play it every day. So I think it's really concerned about this violent video game. Although my kids are big and they've been playing this, so my kids, one is 20. He's gonna be 21 in April. The other one is 16.
Okay.
So they're both, I have two boys, so the boys are different than girls, and they're, as long as I think as long as parents are involved in this and they constantly watch, and you have to really make that kind of environment for kids to grow,
Yeah.
whatever going on in this environment for the kids, and it's really hard to stop them completely, but you can always watch them and time out for those video games and all that, and pay more attention to the education and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So parent has to stay on top of it. Of course, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Anupama, how about you? Tell us about what you think. Anupama, can you hear us?
Yes. I do think that children should not be allowed to play violent games because it affects their brain, it affects their energy, time, and many more things. Like it makes you addict to the game and not leave the game at all. And when parents come and stop in the middle of the game or any time, there is no time limit, right? So it's like if we stop and their behavior becomes aggressive and a lot of tantrums and all. So addiction is one of the important aspect, what I feel, because there are actually features which are built into the video games to make them addictive and making them hard to stop. And so the objective of this video game is to keep people playing, right? To keep on playing. So I think children's, we need to establish a clear and consistent rules about the days and time of gameplay so that, we can enforce a transition between the game and, different things which they have to do from day to daily basis. So I think it really affects children's mind.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Priya, tell us about your inputs.
Hi, thank you. So, yes, I agree with Anupama as well. And I'd like to say that when children are constantly playing violent video games, the problem is that they have aggressive thoughts and behavior. And that aggression can lead towards family members. It can be influenced, like, while they're playing with their peers in the classroom, and that could be problematic. Additionally, it takes away from so many other things. Kids who play violent video games tend to get lower grades, and they're not getting the oxygen, the fresh air they need that they could be getting by doing other activities like cycling, jogging, dance. Asif, would you like to add?
Yeah, in America, if you see sometimes in schools, some kids are very violent and get gun and kill kids. It's because of this issue also. Yeah. So we have to be very careful to raise our kids that way. They will not be violent. The main thing is. When they watch these videos, they think that this is normal and they can do any harm to anybody and they don't care. Maybe they think that what they are doing, it's good for them, but actually this is not good.
It's not so good.
Yeah, very good point. Lavanya, what about you?
Hey. So I completely agree with Priyaji and Anupama and my friend Ankita. So see, nowadays video games have become, the ubiquitous form of entertainment for all the children and youth as well. So this is something that, we as parents or teachers or clinical experts cannot just ignore them. Because while it is fun and exciting, at the same time, it is leading to aggression. I'm not talking about violence. Not every game is violent here, but aggression is something like, they get irritated, they're angry. If they don't win the game, it's like they lose the temper and everything, kind of. So what I feel personally, I have a 6-year-old kid and he tends to play a lot of video games. So what I see is like basically when I'm trying to buy any video game, we have the ESRB ratings on every video game. The entertainment software rating board is there, right? So it has given age limit for every game. So based on that age limit, if you can buy, and if you have this if you can fix on three things basically, like duration, on what content they're playing, and basically what is the age limit that we are trying to push in. So in that way, maybe we can just make sure that the kids are not getting harmed. And second thing that I observed is the kids who are like going outside and playing, they have a good healthy mind and body than compared to kids who are sitting at home and playing the video games. Because most of their minds, they were just like, when you're playing the video games, your mind will become numb. You don't usually, some video games are a little violent where children stop reacting to the basic emotional things. I've seen few video games where
Right.
you start killing each other, and after few games, they don't feel anything. So that's kind of numbness over the children's mind. So which has a bad impact because they're less connected to the emotions now. They're like, okay, fine, this is just a game. So everything is becoming a part of game. And I've also observed the sleep deprivation. Like most of the kids who are playing a lot of video games, they don't sleep much because 60% of the kids are like more attracted to the games and they have less sleep. And when they go less sleep, automatically it starts into the fatigue or whatever, the tiredness, everything is coming into the picture. So I definitely recommend that. Yes, video games are not completely harmful, but yes, to a certain extent. And it has a very big impact on the mind, body, and whatever the physical activities that we usually do. It's completely different from what we are expecting from video games. So yeah, we need to have few restrictions and still we can take it in a positive way. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, good. Thank you, Lavanya. Tanu, how about you? What do you feel about that?
I agree with my other friends. Violent video games are not at all good for kids. So what we eat, it reflects our health. Same way, what we watch, what we play, it reflects our mental health, our mind. And nowadays, the violent video games are getting more and more because it's easy to get it. Because kids can get it on electronics, phones, laptops. It's easy to get it. And according to the recent studies, about 40% of the world population are watching video games. And in US only about 97% of American teens are on video games, and out of which around 66% American teens are on action, violent video games. So what is happening? The rate of mass killing is getting more and more because I have two boys, and I can see them like they are so young. They are 5 years old and 8 years old, but they are into video games so much. So I have to keep an eye on them. And nowadays it's so easy. They just take a phone, swipe it, and just a face, and they can download any video game.
Yeah.
So it's getting more and more, and which is not good. So as Lavanya said, that it depends on the age and the content and the duration of the video game, like what the kids are watching. So violent video games are not at all a good thing for kids. Video games, there are other kind of video games we can encourage if kids want, like puzzles or stuff in which they can learn something.
Sure.
I think it's good, like parents encourage them to go out and play on those activities. Yep, so that's what's going on nowadays regarding the violent video games. So we have to take a action because it's getting more and more. And this is the best platform to share our thoughts and to know more, like how can we stop? Because
Right.
kids are our future, and we have to think about that.
Absolutely. So all are great points. So tell me this. So all of you agreed that it's not good for kids' mental health and everything, right? So how do you deal with peer pressure then, right? They go to school, they go with their friends, and all their friends are playing, right? These kind of video games. And as a parent, you decided, you know what? I don't want them to play this. You looked in the rating and things like that, or read any kind of reviews, right? So how do you deal with the peer pressure that they get and still be able to follow your principle? How about Pia and Asif? Do you want to get started?
Sure. Yes. So I think that sometimes it's very difficult for kids to not follow the crowd. But there's a balance. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would suggest is, more outdoor activities. Like instead of playing those video games with motorcycles, why not go outside and ride a bike or a scooter instead? Go on nature walks, see something real like tadpoles hatching, butterflies, see how plants grow, because that is far, far more amazing than anything you see on the screen.
That's true. True.
And Asif, you want to add?
I think it's a totally to emphasize on the social adjustment, and also you have to talk in the guardian level or teaching level, that teachers can teach their kids in school to do this or that, not to do the bad thing, do the good thing, which is helpful for the kids. That's what I understand.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Anupama, how about you? How do you think that we should, as parents, you should deal with the peer pressure of, not being able to play violent video games?
Yes, I do agree, because they always compare with their friends and, in school, their classmates, what they are doing. So I think every parent should be educated regarding this. They should, if they can come up with some idea of, teachers and parents meeting where, they can really tell good things about how you use your time, productive time in other activities like board games, music, or any other art skill, whatever skill it may be. I think we all should encourage them and make them forget about those video games. When they feel bored, they tend to go and play those video games.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we need to encourage them to play all these games. And if required, if we also involve for some time and teach them, they will definitely get interest and develop those skills. So that is one point. And also another point is, you need, if at all they want to play any good video game which is not violent, they can play, but we have to set a time limit and tell them the rules that you can play for this particular time or only on the weekend. So that's what is important. What I feel is, yeah.
Okay, good point. Tanu, tell us about your thoughts.
I would like to say here, we have to encourage kids to go out and perform some physical activities. So I will share my experience, like how I am handling this. I am a runner. I have participated in many in half marathon races. So when my kids see me that, okay, mom is going out and doing physical activity, she's not all the time on phone and on the laptops. They want to do the same. They ask me, mom, can you can I go tomorrow with you for running? Can I come with you? So like we have to encourage our kids, and we have to show them, we have to set an example for them. Just by saying that, okay, these are not good things for you, I think for kids it's not easy to understand. We have to set an example. We have to show them that, okay, let's play outside, let's play basketball, let's play badminton, we will spend time with you. So it's all depends on parents, how they are encouraging kids at home. Schools, they are busy with teachers and with physical activities for sure, but at home now, because it's a COVID time, now it's more on parents. It's more parents responsibilities to take that effort and to encourage their kids. okay, let's play a game which is like a badminton or something which we can play in a small space, and we have to spend some time with them. So we know more about them, what they want, like how they are more into violent video games because we are not giving them time, or they want to do something else. They want to learn more. So yep, this is what I'm thinking about
Okay.
this.
Good points. Good points. Anamika, how have you dealt with this? Because you said you have older kids, right?
Yes, yeah, it is. I agree with Anupama and her, but it is a peer pressure for the parents because they're all home now, and it's really for me. I'm a full-time worker, so I work here full-time, and my business is standing more. I'm in a retail. I have my own business, so I have no choice. I have to be here, but it's really difficult. My husband, when I'm here, he's home with the kids. Somebody has to stay with them, and like she said, I work out in the morning, and my kids learn from me and him, most
Sure.
likely. It's
Yeah.
what you're serving them. That's what they're gonna be. So I work out 3 hours, and I have no time to get out of the house and go to gym, basically. So I work in my house. I work out in my house. I have a treadmill, so I set an example that I have to work out every day. So
Sure.
my older one learned from me. He's basically like me, so he works out, and from him the other one is learning. So you have to do something to keep them distracted from these things that they've been
Right.
doing all these years,
Right.
really
Yeah.
difficult job, but you have to keep on trying so hard because they can't go anywhere. They have to be inside and all that restrictions.
Yes.
That they have their schoolwork, and basically they're doing everything online. So it's really difficult for them to get off from the phone. And most of the assignments they even get into
Right.
from their phone now these days.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
time wherever they are, it's really easy for them to get in their Google Docs, and they can enter in from their phone. So it's really hard to keep tracking on these things. So it's really difficult job for the parents.
Yeah. Absolutely. Agree. Agree. Lavanya, tell me about your thoughts, please.
Yeah, so definitely we'll have the peer pressure when they're going to school. Different kids say different games. They say that, oh, hey, I played this game yesterday. Did you try this? So definitely my kid used to come back and he used to tell me. So what I did personally was like I tried one game. There's a mind game that they wanted to play, and when I logged in, I played it for 10 minutes. I was like not able to, my brain was completely becoming jam. I was like not able to move all those. So then I told my kid that, see, you're a 6 years old kid, this is
Mhm.
not good for you. And I was trying to explain him, but I know at times kids don't understand. They act what they see. So basically their friends are saying it's a very good interesting game, so definitely he was like more interested. But slowly when I explain him, and I promised him that I would take him out for biking, and usually we both start a day at 6:30, so he
Yeah.
gets up with me. I do yoga, so he started learning yoga. We dance in the morning. So it's like I started a routine for him that, whenever he thinks of few games, I still play with him. So non-violent games, yes, I still play
Mhm.
with him. Like, the chasing games, the running games, we try to pick up the coins and everything I play, but it's only for a time limit because his age is fixed and I just want to restrict it and make sure that he understands it. So
Mhm.
I'm lucky enough that he understands what his mom is trying to say. But yeah, definitely when it is going beyond, I would talk to the certain parents as well, because I would love to educate and understand where the kids are. Like, see,
Right.
definitely there are few kids in my community, they all play together, and when they comment like this, I would go and share my views with their mothers, so then they're also getting to know that, okay, even few parents don't know, because nowadays iPad, you have just the swipe button, as Tanu said, we don't even know what games they have downloaded, but end of the when we check, we get to see that, okay, there are few shooting games. Okay, they might not look violent at this point, but when on the longer run, they might have a lot of impact on children's
Right.
mind. So that's when I picked up 2 3 things like that and started educating him, and like now he is very well versed. He knows that, okay, this is out of my reach. Mama says no, it's no. So in that way, I'm just trying to engage my kids. So yeah,
Yeah. Good
definitely
point.
it's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So since all of you have agreed that violent video games are not for kids, let me play a little devil's advocate here. So, if or are there any pros of playing violent video games? Violent video games, excuse me.
Pros? I cannot say pros, but one way, if you have to take one positive point, it is more of a competitiveness. Suppose not violent video games, but any video game that you take, a challenge. My kid is like for a Subway Surf, he just challenges me, Mom, I had 500 coins. Can you beat me? Beat my score? So that's a kind of competitive spirit I see from him. So in one way, it is a competitive spirit, but not with the violent games or killing and shooting. They definitely have a negative impact in the longer run. Maybe now, as a younger ones, they might feel that shooting him, this is like this. It's more fun and exciting because it's interacting. So in the movies, you see that the hero starts killing everyone. We get excited because that's on the screen. But in a virtual reality, video games have come so virtually and so realistic that you can feel that you're trying to shoot someone. You can feel that. So everything is like you're enjoying it personally. So the virtual world has started like this. So that's when, if the behavior is not going outside, if it is still persisting with the game, that's good. It's just for fun. Yes, you can take it that way. But if it is going beyond that, definitely it's a problem. Right. So that's my view.
Okay. Who else wants to say any kind of pros, if any? You can say no, and that's fine too.
So I think that not violent video games, but there are certain games like Super Mario Brothers, Dance Revolution, so Sonic. In games like that, what I see is that sometimes when you're pressing the remote and looking, a little bit eye-hand coordination can improve. That is a small pro. Another thing is that you are developing your motor skills. And DDR, Dance Revolution, it's fun sometimes if you play it in limitation and in moderation. It's great for parties and my daughters love dance, so.
Also the competitiveness, some video games have some types of points that how much you can go. Sometimes my daughter is telling, my goodness, I beat her. That's a very thing, Sometimes it's good, but not always.
Not always.
Even the kids are nowadays watching YouTube whole day, or in the phone or a computer or a laptop or iPad. These are also not good. These are not good for eye, brain or anything. It's very, even the doctors are telling that you have to. It should be limited. One of my daughter, I brought her to last month to the doctor, and doctor told that you can watch only 20 minutes a day, not more than that. But they want to watch a whole day, like 24/7. That's the bad part of it.
Yeah, sure. Anupama, what do you think? Any pros?
Yeah, I think I don't think like we have any pros. I mean, in my view, I feel board games or any outdoor games will be better than the video games, any video game. Okay, if you don't have any other thing to do and there is no other option, then we can go for a video game. But even the competitiveness and all these motor skills or your skill sets can develop when you play indoor games like chess or Chinese checkers and for small kids, snake and ladders. So that's also a fun game where kids get excited and they are like very happy when they win. So I think that will be better option other than a video game. But yeah, if there is no other option, then I suggest they can play, but otherwise no.
So Anupama, I'm not contradicting your view, but just wanted to tell you one thing. Yeah, definitely Chinese checkers, chess and everything will have much more fun. But the video games have a little tricky part of it. They're like giving them the virtual feel. So that we miss in board games. That's when kids are more attracted to this video games to the board.
Yes.
See, if you ask them to come and sit, play chess with me, they hardly don't play. And it's like they think that, okay, there's a lot of, confusion that's happening. But if you ask them to download a game and start playing, they don't even know the rules. Trust me. They'll be like, we have to read through all this, but my kid starts playing right from the beginning. I was like, I'm really clueless. How can you do that? When I try to teach him Chinese checkers, I have every board game with me. But he's not so interested. But whenever I give him a video game, he's like absolutely ready. And kids are like so well, accustomed to that game that they can do everything. He says, "I'll finish my homework and come back if you can give me for 15 minutes." So the kind of interest that video games have brought is like the virtual reality. They can see that.
Yeah. It's like they are very fascinated with
Yes.
phones or laptops. So that's how they are, getting interest, because we adults use phones and laptops, and they also feel that, we should also use and, play something. So that's how they are excited about the laptops. Even in this pandemic, I think my little girl is excited for the classes because it's virtual, and she is getting her own laptop.
True.
So that's how she's excited. But after some time, like every day, after some time she gets bored because she's not interacting physically, right?
Yeah.
So that's how they lack concentration again.
True.
So
yeah. But I'm just saying the interactive part and the virtual reality that they try to feel is different when you start playing this. So kids are like, nowadays, as you said, right, we have laptops, so it's like more fascinating. They say that, hey, I have my own laptop, I'll start playing this. So this is more of the technology kind of stuff that they're introducing. Like it has become part and parcel of our life right now. We can't say no to this. So it's more fascinating.
I would like to add here something. So according to my view, it's not a good idea to just tell kids to just stop playing video games at all. We have to give exposure to a kid to learn everything. We have to tell them. We don't want when our kids go outside and talk to friends, hey, do you play video games? Do you know how to play a video game? And they said no. So basically, I don't want kids to get that feeling that their parents are stopping them. I want them to learn by their own. I want them to start from a simple video game, and so parents can spend time with them, tell them, wow, this is a nice game, you can learn puzzles and all with them. And if they force me, okay, I really want to download a zombie, I said, okay, download a zombie, let's try it, what's there. So when they see, oh my god, there is a skull opening, there is that guy is screaming, so we have to tell them, okay, see, look at this, is he looking nice to you? Is he looking nice when someone is screaming or yelling on you? So if you imagine the same way to your mom, if your mom is talking to you nicely, you feel good. And your mom is if your mom starts screaming and yelling, you feel bad. So you know that which video game is good and which game is bad. So I think we have to tell kids by their own ways. We have to teach them, become a kid with them, and then tell them, oh, this is absolutely wrong. See, you want to watch a zombie? Okay, watch zombie, then what's going on in the zombie? So I will give you an example. I was reading an article. So there a 9-year-old kid was very, very, very much into zombies. He threw a rock on a moving truck. And so when their parents asked why you did that, he saw zombie inside the truck, because he's so much into the violent video games. So he feel like, okay, zombies are everywhere, it's reality. But we have to spend time with kids and tell them this is not reality. This is not going to happen. You want to play a violent game, play, but see the difference between a nice game and a violent game.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah.
I agree with that. When there's adult supervision, then there's like less risk of aggressive behavior and violence in the children as well. And I think as another responsibility we have is to make things interesting for our kids, so that they off their phones and off the computer.
And some fun thing.
Yeah,
it's like
take for granted.
Yes, yes.
I
So
wish to watch football. You know, we watch football. Let's say there is a football going on. Now it's Monday, Thursday, and Sundays. So we all are a football fans. So we sit together and we watch something, anything, any channel like Discovery Channel. Let's say they're teaching something and you learn something that it's some like that. So I think that will keep them distracted from doing those things. So that's the most part, that you keep them distracted much as you can.
Yeah.
And involve them more into social relationships,
Yes.
basically with all the friends, families.
Yes, you
They
can't
try to.
really stop them
We have
from
so
playing.
many
You know?
festivals in Indian
Yeah, you
tradition.
don't want to be bad parents, because for them,
Yeah,
parents are parents, and they pick a finger and they point finger at you first than
absolutely.
anybody else. So you
yes,
don't want to be bad parents, and just make. Yeah, it's a smart game. You know, parents has to play really smart with kids, because when you're angry, they're angry at you.
Well,
You have to handle everything with love.
we want to be cool parents.
Cool parents.
That's the dream, right?
So we are from Indian tradition. We have so many festivals, cultures to teach. So what I personally do is I involve my kid in everything that I do for all the festivals, be it Rangoli, be it Diwali, Dussehra, all over. He'll be like, why? Whenever I wear a sari, my kid knows that, Mom, is there a festival? You're wearing a sari. So I'm like, good, okay. At least he knows that sari is a typical Indian culture. My mom wears only on the festivals. So something like that. So I keep engaging my kid into all this, and basically, I suggest parents to be like more into taking them more into social activities, involved with friends. So they'll be more interested in going out and playing with them rather than sitting in the house. So that will be one thing.
yes.
And
Yeah,
you
that's the important point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we should make them, understand our culture, and you can teach them our language, our mother tongue. So I have incorporated this, this thing like they have Telugu class like every weekend, and they are learning my language now. So instead of playing watching TV or playing a video game, they can learn a new language. That's also a good thing, so that they can understand better. And also because of pandemic, they are not able to play with their friends outside, but before they used to play with friends every time in the evening after their school. So it was a good workout and physical activity for them. So I think we should include all these things when they are um, playing a video game. Let them forget that.
Mhm. Good, great points. So all of you talked about how leading by example, right? You have talked about what you do as a parent to avoid, playing any kind of violent video games. What do you think we can do as a society to help this? Say non-COVID times. Now we can't even go out, but say in a normal life, as a society, what can we do to prevent our kids from? Because then there won't be much peer pressure, and then things would be changing overall. It could be hypothetical. Anything you guys think that we can do, like maybe it's not achievable right now, but anything. What is your big idea that we as a society can do so that our kids don't play violent video games? Video games are fine, right? It seems, but not the violent ones. Who wants to get started?
I can tell you a story of my own kids, like my daughter. She sometimes tell that, oh, it's boring. So we have to create something fun for them. Then they will get this thing that, hey, this one is better than this one, and I can I can I can leave the video game. Then this one is better for me. I can do that. So we have to create some type of fun thing for them to do that. Sometimes even outdoor games are also interesting and fun. Say for example, last Friday we bought a bike for her, my daughter, and she feel like that. It's more interesting than watching you know video games and the YouTube, the movies and other stuff. And she's just telling that let's go to park and then play it. So we parents have the ability to do that if we can think about that way. So, and then also that when you talk about the society, we make the society, and we represent the society, and if we give our kids the example, so the kids can learn, and then the society will be benefited. That's the way that the system is gonna work.
Absolutely.
I bring them here, Sandy. I bring my kids here at work because I have retail and they learn all these things. So I think it's a practical work for them. Yes, my 16-year-old comes here whenever I need help, and my 21-year-old, he runs it by himself.
Nice.
So it's a great accomplishment you can give to them that, and every here and there, I pay them too. I pay them for their work. So it's excitement for them that they're making money and they're working. So something to do for them, practical work, than sitting home.
Oh, the kids love money though.
Who doesn't?
No,
Yes, I agree.
If they understand what is the value of the money and how to make it and what not to spend and what to spend, that's a good thing you can teach as a parent, because money, we don't have a money tree here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are always
to
excited
understand the value of the money. Yes.
Yeah.
They are excited for rewards, if we always give some reward for whatever good things they do, they're always motivated and always get interested.
But when they're 21, it's not reward for them. When they're at certain age, it's different for them because he's adult now. So it's for him, it's like, Mom, how do I invest my money?
Right.
Because I'm entrepreneur for 20 years, 25 years. So they learn from the parents that now it's his time to invest his money. So they think bigger. When you give them some kind of opportunity, they think bigger and bigger.
Yes.
So it's a broad-minded. That's why I put them here. Here they learn, they talk with the people. They have to communicate. They have to serve them. They have to say please and thank you. They have to say hello, hi, goodbye, everything. So it's like you're communicating with people and you're learning from them. So I really like this platform that I have, that I can bring my kids here and make them learn what I do.
Sure.
I love doing this.
Good for you.
I wish I had some other kind of businesses, but for now, as of now, I have this. So this is for them to learn something. Beyond that, they have their own degrees, and whatever they're gonna do it's on them. Yes.
So when you said, Sandy, about the society, I don't think I think so I can change the complete society, but the community that I'm living in usually, maybe I incorporate that children love playing with their parents and friends basically. What we can do as parents is engaging them in the outer activities, like planning some outings, take them out to some new places. Like, I don't want to call everyone, but at least 3 to 4 of his close friends and parents can take them out. It'll be like every 15 days we can just take them out and give them a schedule that in a week, this is your screen time, this is your duration, and this is how you have to play. So even if I can change 5 parents earlier, that would definitely go on, and definitely the society would go on from there. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm sure it is achievable, because like 2 or 3 friends of mine, we usually do the same thing. So we take them to the park every day, but it's only for the limited time, and the screen time should be limited. So if they're going beyond that, then they'll not be allowed to go out for biking or playing. So yeah, that's why I said if it is achievable for the complete society or not, I'm not sure. But yes, really something like this exciting. And if you can tell them that, okay, after 15 days we're going to that place. So I want your screen time to be overall of 4 hours in this particular week. So they adjust it accordingly. And because my kid does that, he has a timer in his iPad. So he's like, okay, Mama, this week I'm done. So what is the next week we are going? Where are we going? Kind of. So that's the kind of excitement you can create, because I have a 6-year-old kid. So I try to, get into the ways, how can I excite him and, make sure he's up to his mark. Maybe every kid has their own level of, as the age goes forward, you can just, teach them something exciting. So dance, playing, everything would be, that's there. But, if you give them something exciting, kids will be like more attracted. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
So it's just a thought.
That's true. True.
So before COVID, what I started doing with my kids, again they are little young kids. So when some of their friends come and play with them, I started getting sometimes to mingle with them and ask them, "Hey, do you know Coco? Do you know badminton? Do you know cricket?" So most of the kids don't know Coco here. So I said, "Okay, let's do one thing. We have a group bunch of people. Let's play all together."
Mm-hmm.
So it was really fun. So we played Coco together, and kids like it. And from next time, they started playing by their own.
Right.
Yeah, something exciting will be like more attractive to the kids.
Something different.
Yeah, something different. It's not in that. It should not be in their routine. If it is in their routine, they'll feel like, okay, fine, this is there. I mean, that kind of thing would come up.
Yeah.
We have to find new.
Yeah. I think we should teach them all the traditional games which we used to play before.
Yeah.
Like in this, when the COVID time started in March, we started playing all the old games we used to play with my mom, and so we started this. I don't know whether you know this Ashtachemma we call.
I know.
It is, yeah. So
It's like
we play with this what do you call that? Seashells and
Oh.
some. So that's very interesting. So they were like every day they want to play that game. So
Oh.
that's how they develop interest if we
Sure.
play with them.
yeah.
And then after some time, they both were playing, like my
One carom game.
both
Carom
sisters
is
were
nice too.
playing
Yeah.
that game.
We
So
play
that's
carom,
how
board
they'll
game.
develop
Really
interest.
nice. They can
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
With
Even the
kids.
I suggest a carom board. That's also a good game.
carom. It's a
Yeah.
good game.
Yeah, that's also.
But for younger kids, it's tough to make sure they're sitting at one place and playing. Yes, after 8 years, you can definitely engage them. But before 8, it's very tough for us to make them sit in the board games and play because they keep distracting for every 5 minutes. You teach them something, the next minute you come and say they'll not be there. That's good.
Priya, were you saying something?
Yeah, I was saying that Scrabble is another great game for word building.
Yeah.
Uh, cultural activities are also important. Like these days, so many virtual events are happening, such as our pageant,
Yeah.
plus
Mhm.
virtual Diwali celebrations and virtual Antakshari.
True.
Yeah.
So I had participated in one of the virtual Krishna competitions, the fancy dress competitions. So that was more exciting for him too. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point. We can engage them in this kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Very good.
Yes, as Priya told, even I was one of the participant as a family in the pageant, and like we were happy to get, kids were so happy to get like a special title as best talented family. So that's how they got motivated, and if there is any event, they are ready. Mama, I want to do this. Okay, what is next? What is
Sure.
next? So
Yeah.
it's like that. Even for the Diwali event. I dressed up them, like Lakshmi Devi and Parvati as
Ah.
gods. So
That
yeah,
too with my son. Yeah, I did that with my older one. I used to take it to. We used to had a garba in the temple when they were little.
Yeah.
I have two boys, so I made them Hanumanji. I dressed him up like a Hanumanji. The other one, I dressed him up like Krishna, and they used to enjoy that moments. And I
Nice.
still have pictures, and I show them the pictures, and it's all worth it, I think.
yeah, that's
All
how we
things
can
to
engage
remember.
them in all
Yeah.
these events one
Keep
by
them
one.
busy much as they can. Yeah, that's
Yes.
Thank all the organizations are doing them virtually so well because kids are getting so engaged because of the virtual events. Even they're like so happily, excitedly participating. So first of all, I should thank the organizations for planning so good and executing it. It's not just planning, but the execution is also very good. So thanks to the organizations.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I loved listening to all your thoughts and inputs. This was a great discussion. Unfortunately we're out of time. I would have loved to talk about this again and again, as long as we can. But any parting thoughts before we say bye?
So it was a great discussion. Yes, we got an opportunity to speak in a forum like this. So definitely thank Rashmiji and Janakji for this opportunity, and especially Sandy, you were great.
Thank you, Sandy.
We
Yes.
didn't know that the
For-
time was
for your
running
time.
out. It's a very good discussion. Was really happy and great to meet you all. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you, Sandy. It was really a good, team discussion,
Yeah.
and it was interesting because it's about children, and I think everyone is having children here, so it was good to talk about it.
Absolutely. Okay, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Sandy. We had a great time,
Great
and
time.
we learned a lot from all of the wonderful contestants, and
I did
thank
too. Great.
you as well.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful program.
Yes, overall, it was all worth it. Thank you, Sandy, for your time. Thank
You.
you, Rashmiji and Janakji, for this beautiful faces and, different people. We learn different things.
Right.
Always.
True.
To be here. Yes.
Take care.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good
Bye.
night.
You too.
Have a
Bye.